The Eugene City Council moves to approve 2 homeless camping sites, and 1 could be up and running in the next few weeks. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Matt Templeman.
And I'm Renee McCullough. KZI 9 News reporter Sarah Hurwitz joins us live from one of those sites with reaction in our top story tonight at 6 o'clock. Sarah?
This is one of the locations that the City Council approved last night. It's near Northwest Expressway and Chambers Street, and it's actually right near the railroad as well. Now, the next step is that the city manager has to basically come up with an agreement to approve either this site or the other site that they approved, which is just a couple of blocks away, and that's near Garfield Street and Roosevelt Boulevard. Now, the people who are going to be living at these sites aren't necessarily pleased with the decision. Even though the City Council came to a decision Monday night, Sleeps members are frustrated with the 2 approved locations.
As soon as the weather starts to turn to rain, it's going to be a mud pit. There's no sidewalks. There's no access for disabled. It's right next to the train track with no barrier. It's unsafe.
Sleeps member Todd Hurlbert says it's not just about what the location doesn't provide.
It seems to some of us that they're putting everybody in a poor neighborhood. They're putting more homeless into that neighborhood. I kind of look at it as they're passively supporting discrimination.
But Councilmember Claire Surratt says the decision last night was not about segregating people.
I don't think it was any kind of deliberate attempt to group people in a certain part of town, but historically that's how our social service structure has evolved.
Another concern brought up by Sleeps members, the 15-person limit at each site.
We're doing our best to start to address the problem, and if we can demonstrate that a small organized camp can run without unduly draining city resources or impacting the surrounding neighborhood, we could set more up around the city.
My feeling is, since Olympia has made a number of efforts to have camps, at first church-sponsored, people would stay 90 days and the church would help them get a camp set up. Many people felt safe.
Donna Van Kirk is from Olympia, Washington, and is visiting a friend in Eugene. She says the homeless camp can be a good launching point for people to get back on their feet.
I know a couple, they were, for a while, they lost their home and lost their jobs, and then they, in a great joyful way, said that they were going to go to Yellowstone and they were going to work in one of the, the lodges there and serve food and do some cooking.
And one man who used to be homeless says the homeless camps are a smart idea, as long as people are held accountable.
It's great. I think it's amazing that there's gonna be a place. Everybody has the right to have a place to be. I think it has a lot to do with whether people are gonna take care of their responsibility, do what they need to do, keep it clean. If you want things, you have to work for them.
Now, it will be a couple of weeks before we find out which site is the test pilot, and after that happens, volunteer groups will be kind of managing the site, trying to figure out recruitment and who will actually be living at the sites. Live in Eugene, Sarah Hurwitz, KZI 9 News.